If in the majority of my penning projects I am excelling, this one is unfortunately on the sidelines. Hi, welcome to the Art App, a place where we juggle a lot of penning projects, but nevertheless have a lot of fun. So today's update for 25 in 2025 project isn't as juicy as my updates for penning eyeshadows or my main project pen. But nevertheless, it is full of those small, satisfying wins and some rollouts. Last time, I told you that my biggest struggle was the fact that I had too many overlapping products. The products that were similar in color, in texture, in finish. And instead of complementing and supporting each other, they were fighting for even the slightest bit of my attention. But now, when I finished a couple of similar products in my main project pen, these are going to get some love again. Let's start with the foundation. Can you see how low this marking is? I use it 15 times since the last update, compared to just 7 times when I started. All because I have finally finished my Misha BB cream from my main project pen. Both foundations have very relatively similar finish, but now when I have finished this one, I can focus on my Maybelline instead. I also had to go through a little bit of learning curve with this one because Misha BB cream is very forgiving and I can take my time blending it in. This one is fast setting and I have to work in section, but it wears so beautifully in heat, so I can forgive her anything. The next product is Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I also applied it more than the last update. I use it 8 times and I see that the tube is slimming down. And all of that because these two products work nicely together. It didn't work with my Misha BB cream. So here is yet another thing about project panning. Make sure that the products that you pick are compatible and get along. Let's tackle lipsticks next. Let me just tell you, I definitely overshot my goals in this category. My Pat McGrath lipstick in the shade Flash 3. Use it just 3 times. It's gorgeous shade, but it's not her time. She's more like fall winter queen, and I have so many cute matching outfits for this lipstick for that period of time. So her time is coming. e.l.f. lip liners. I used this one 3 times and this one 7 times, and 4 out of those times I used it actually as an eyeliner. And in that role, it worked beautifully. It is so smooth, gliding. It is very easy to apply, especially if you use the technique of creating a kind of flick with your nail to have a sharpened edge of the wing. And I really enjoy using it like that. So from the beauty standpoint, it's actually a very good product. But I do have some health concerns regarding using a lip liner in my eye area. I did find an article where it was mentioned that if you sanitize it constantly and sharpen, it is okay, but have you ever tried using lip liner as an eyeliner? If yes, let me know in the comment section below. Why is the band keep sliding away? So the next one is e.l.f. Lacquer. I use it also 3 times, and the last time I mixed in a little bit of Cleona's Trinket and eyeshadow that is lip safe, and I got a very shiny sparkly gloss. So I might continue doing that because on its own, this gloss is so despite what the name says. And my last lip product in this project is Sephora Colorful Gloss Balm in the shade Virginia. The packaging is also slimming down and I found a new way how to use it. Do you remember I was complaining to you about this lip gloss, about how hard it is to be used in summer? Turns out I just had to follow my own piece of advice and find it a pair. When these two products are combined, I get the perfect lip color. Is it red? Is it berry? Is it brown? No one knows, but it's just perfect because it is so complex. And on top of that, I get the best of 2 worlds, a long-lasting power from Maybelline Crayon Pencil and a super high shine from this Sephora lip gloss in the shade, I think it's Virginia. I use it 8 times and still I didn't enjoy it. My hand kept reaching for something like this. Despite the cheerful cries on how to use this product up, it was a little bit of the hassle because the color seems more fall and winter appropriate. So in the end, I decided to switch it out for another Sephora Gloss Balm in the shade Warrior Princess. It's just repackaged in the ColourPop tube because I really love the applicator, and I think this color will bring me much more joy to use and variety to the lip section of this project. Moving on to something a little bit more exciting, my Rare Beauty Liquid Blush in the shade Encouraged. I used it 24 times. Unfortunately, the packaging is opaque, so I cannot see how much is left. I tried shining light through it, but I couldn't see a thing. But when I was lighting it from the outside, I peeked inside and I could see that I used just 1/3 of the bottle. So I have a sneaky suspicion it will stay with me till the end of the year. My second most used product is Say Gel Illuminizer. I used it 25 times, mainly layering with my Rare Beauty blush. And I know that the marking doesn't seem to be high enough for 25 uses, but the main reason is that there is a huge air bubble here, so once I pump it out, the marking will get much higher. My most used product instead was a pastel pink eye pencil from Wet n Wild. I used it 28 times and I love the way it looks in my waterline. I went through almost a centimeter and I hope to use it even more this summer. The other liner that I have in this project is an eye pencil from Sephora in the shade T-Rex. I used it 11 times and it has lost 1 centimeter in length, which I'm extremely excited about. I have been pairing it with a champagne shade from my BH Nomad palette and I hope to keep this progress going. The most underrated product in this project is Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in the shade Strapless. In the previous update, I hit the rim of the tube, but I like this product so much, I decided to scoop every little bit out of it and put in this small container. Do you think I finished it in 5 uses? Maybe 10? 15? 18 to be precise. 18 uses were needed to clean this tiny container. So misleading, but finally, it's gone. And after I finished with my Laura Mercier stick, I started using my Essence Melted Chrome eyeshadows. It is such an underrated product. Essence should definitely bring these eyeshadows back. So my goal was to hit pan, and I actually did that after 6 uses. Though, truth be told that these eyeshadows have a kind of putty texture, so I thought maybe when I pressed the brush, I pushed the product closer to edge, making the dip, because I've never hit pan in any eyeshadow with less than 10 uses. Still, I hit my goal, so officially I can roll it out. I have also finished all the Sephora foundation and concealer samples. The darker shades I transformed into my liquid DIY bronzer, which I love. The lighter shades I mixed in together, added a little bit of color corrector to create the shade that matches me better, and after 10 uses, it is gone. So one more product is down. Unfortunately, there are 2 products that I use only once. The first one is perfume. It is Kilian Angel Share. The main problem is the pump. I think it's broken because instead of spritzing the perfume, it spits it. So I end up having perfume all over my fingers. I just have to think how to fix the pump. The second product is a setting spray from Benefit. I'm not used to setting my makeup. I always forget about this step and remember about it only when I'm leaving my house. But now I put it on top of my vanity, make sure that it's always in front of my eyes. Plus, summer heat is coming and you gave me so many amazing tips on how to use this product. Plus, I want to make sure that my makeup stays longer, so I'll give it a better shot. On the other side, I have almost used my NARS concealer. I pushed it through and used it 11 times. Now I can barely get anything on the applicator, so let's scoop out the remaining product and rehome it. At first, let's remove the stopper. You would be surprised to see how much product can be left on the wand. So let's clean that one as well. And here is the most satisfying part of getting the product out. I am using a beauty spatula and twist it inside to scoop all the remaining product. I think I got at least a month's worth of product left. My biggest achievement so far is using my Makeup Revolution liquid eyeshadow in the shade Chameleon 3 times. It's already more than the whole time it was in my project pan last year. You can see how clear the inside walls are. That's because in order to apply it, I have to dig it out with my beauty spatula because predictably the product started drying out, so I have to revive it with Renessa Myrick's Color Fix in the shade Ballerina. I think I have like 3 more uses left and it will be gone. I'll be so proud of myself when I get there. We are left with 2 more products. The first one is CoverGirl eyeshadow palette, and I used this pearly shade 4 times. The remaining shadows I used only once because this palette was on the back of my mind because these shades are very similar to the ones from Essence and Laura Mercier, and I was laser focused on finishing them. Now, when they are done, I think it's time for this palette to shine. And the other product is Iconic London Contour Duo Pot. I have almost finished the cream part. I use it 25 times with a smaller brush to contour my nose. And I hope I would finish it by this update, and that's why I was putting off filming this video, but cream products can be very misleading, as we know with Laura Mercier Caviar Sticks, so I decided just to film the progress that I currently have. I would love to say that I can finish it in like 10 times, but I fear it will last longer. The cream part I used only 8 times because I was laser focused on tackling this one. So overall, I would say that this update is not as exciting as the one that I usually have, but I did hit my goal with 2 eyeshadows, and that's a big win for me. I hope that by next update I will finish my NARS concealer, my liquid eyeshadow, and the cream part of my contour. And also, maybe I'll make a bigger progress with my CoverGirl eyeshadow quad and my foundation. So that update is going to be very exciting, and stay tuned not to miss it. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I'll see you next time. Bye!